Welcome to Rick Rack Ruby. I'm Laura Cluvo. Today we will be making this patchwork stocking Christmas ornament. It's fun and easy, so let's get started. To make this patchwork stocking, we will begin by creating a 3-inch economy block. I will fussy cut this little Santa face from this pink fabric for the fussy cut center of the block. This pattern is available from Sweet Cinnamon Roses, and it's free. You can just download it, and she has a YouTube which demonstrates exactly how to create this. So I won't be giving too many details, but just the basics of how to create this block. It's a foundation pieced block, which means that you sew on the paper. I have traced that little Santa face. I'm going to cut it out about 1/4 inch around, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I cut out the square in the center of one of the patterns to serve as sort of a window to line up my fussy cut. But when I'm actually creating the block, I'm going to use this uncut pattern, and I'm going to line this up on the center. I find that it helps to draw a little X on the back. Here, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just so that when I'm lining this up and I hold it up to the light and I try to get it centered just right, I can aim for that center. Now I'll continue to piece number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to use this print. I'm using the Oh What Fun collection from Poppie Cotton. I will continue to piece 2, 3, 4, and 5 around the center square. I'm using this Oh What Fun fabric from Poppie Cotton, and I really like the way it turns out. So I'm going to sew along this line first, and then fold this back, and then number 3, 4, and 5. This is right sides together. I'm sewing from the front, but actually creating the block on the back. I've stitched the first piece, and I'm going to fold this back and trim it even with the edge of the block. You don't have to do it exactly like this, but it works for me. And now I'll do this here, sewing from this side, stitch, and then fold it back. So I like the way the jelly roll strip works for the first round of patching, but it's not quite wide enough for the outer round. There's the first round. For the next round, I'm going to use this pink multicolored dotted fabric. It's just so whimsical. I'm really going to lean into the pink and red for this design, and I think it's going to be really cute. So I'll do this pink polka dotted fabric all the way around the 4 corners. Just want to make sure that I mention that even though I'm using a jelly roll strip here, I'm using it the length of the strip. Here's my block, the completed block, and now I just have to remove the paper. I like to just score the paper before I tear it. The paper tears easily along the seams. That looks good. My stocking pattern is 3 inches wide here, so it beautifully accommodates the block. It's 3 inches wide. You can see I drew this on graph paper, all the way down to about here. Let's see, and then, so that's about 3.5, 3 3/4 inches. And then it just goes out to form the toe. The total height is 7 inches for the total height of the pattern. And then you can just use your eye to determine the roundness of the heel and the toe. The width here is, let's see, about 3 inches here and then about 2.5 here. I use the stocking pattern to cut 2 linings. I'm using this beautiful pink print and 1 backing, and just make sure the toe faces the opposite direction of the way you want the front. Of course, I have also cut a foundation from 50 weight non-iron-on, so sew-in Pellon. I'm going to place this block about right here. That's about 1 inch down from the top. Let's confirm. More like 3/4 of an inch down from the top. I'll pin that in place. And then I will choose a cuff fabric up here. I'm going to use a red. I'm really going to lean into the reds and the pinks for this project. This collection has so many cute reds and pinks that I just wanted to take advantage of those. I will use this plaid for the cuff. So I'm just going to put it right side down. Again, I'm working from my jelly roll strips, right side down along the top edge of my patchwork. Because the cuff is this plaid and it really needs to line up, I'm going to be very careful and try to sew directly on this line, which looks to me like it's about 1/4 of an inch. The print of the fabric is not perfectly aligned with the edges and the way they're cut. You can even see here. See how it's closer here and it's bigger here? But that's not a problem. I'm just going to make sure that I sew on the line of the plaid. There we go. This looks good. I'm going to press this and then trim it even with the cuff and pin it so that it doesn't flop down and get in my way. There we go. That looks good. Now I'm going to continue to patch all the way down to the tip of the toe. Now I will add this print here underneath. Just like this. It's a scrap. I don't have any more of the jelly roll strips, so I'll just patch it from scraps. There we go. First, I will trim this fabric even with the edge of the pattern here. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm going to set the 1/4 of an inch mark here at the inner edge of the curve and 1 3/4 here on this outside edge, the heel edge. And then I'll draw a line and cut right there. That looks good. Then next I'm going to use this print with all of these Christmassy figures. All right, so I'm going to line that up, pin it, stitch it, and fold it back. This looks good. And you can see that this angle came to a nice point. Now when I sew around, it might not be quite as clean, but that's the idea. So once again, I'm going to set this on 1/4 and this on 1 3/4 right here. Right along this line, 1 3/4 or 1/4. And then just draw a line and trim this off. Great, that is perfect. Now for my next patch, I'm going to use this fabric. I hope I have enough. I'm going to have this end of the triangle fat and this one small. So it's going to go in this direction. So I think I'll be all right if I use it like this. It should fit, right? All right, let's just give it a try and hope for the best. Here we go. Now I trim this along the edge of the pattern And I'm going to set the 1/4 right here, and then the 1 3/4 here, and draw a line and cut it right on the line. And then to finish off, I always like the toe to be red, the cuff and the toe to be red. So I think I'm going to use this dotted print. This is so cute. I tried it here, but it was too close to this pink dot. So I'm going to put it down here on the toe. I'll just match this up, 1/4 inch, sew it, and flip it over. That looks good. Now I will add some decorative stitches with my machine. I'm going to do a triple zigzag right here on the red of the cuff and right here along this seam, but more on the red side because I have white thread. So I'll add those two and then I'll be back. Now I'm going to continue to add the decorative stitches. This will be a blanket stitch. I think this is a feather stitch, and I'm not sure what I'll put here, but I'm going to add those 3 and then I'll be back. My decorative stitching is complete, and now I just have to put this together. I'm not going to stitch around the edge because sometimes when I stitch around the edge, that stitching shows when I put it together and I got to pull it out. So this is loose, I'll pin this, and this is loose, so I'll pin that, and then I'll just move forward with assembling the stocking. These are my lining pieces, this is my back. So right sides together, I'm going to pin this along the top edge, stitch across the top, and the back and the other lining piece I'm going to pin and stitch across the top. The linings I cut out 2 facing one another, and then the back goes the opposite of however you want the front of your stocking to go. All right, so 1 lining to the front and 1 lining to the back, stitch across the top. And now I will open these up, match the linings and the front to the back. I like to fold the seam allowances down toward the front and the back like this. Pin here. Just matching up that center seam, and then pin here. Also folding that seam allowance down toward the front and the back, away from the lining. Like that. And then I'll continue pinning all the way around, leaving an opening in the bottom of the foot of the lining. So leaving an opening from here to here. Of course, if you prefer clips, you can always use clips. I will sew around the entire outside, leaving this open right here. I'm going to trim the seam allowance with my pinking shears. That looks good. Now I'll turn it right side out through this opening in the bottom of the lining. And we'll see how it looks. That looks pretty good. Okay. Now I will fold these edges in and just top stitch them. That top stitching is just to close up the opening. Now I'll turn the lining to the inside and I'll press it flat. There we go, that looks good. And now finally I'll add a hanging loop with red and white baker's twine. Just have to have a big enough eye on my needle to draw that through. And I'll just cut that off, tie an overhand knot, and that's it. We're done. Cute. I'll show you a couple of others. So this one had more green and blue, and this one also had some green. Also, this one we made today, the Santa's hat, the pom-poms over to the side, And for these, I did the image where the pom-pom is on the top of the hat, and there's just not quite enough room in there for this image. It just kind of cuts off a little bit at the top and the bottom. So I definitely prefer to use this image with the pom-pom over the side. And we're done. Look how cute my sleeves are. Thank you for watching my tutorial. If you're enjoying my videos, please like, share, and subscribe.